video, I'll identify key challenges of self-organized Scrum teams. The Scrum Guide says that in general, we have found that smaller teams communicate better and are more productive. Self-organizing teams can be a challenging concept, especially when moving from traditional project management to Scrum. Unlike traditional teams that are usually directed and controlled from the top, self-organizing empowered teams are not, and they evolve from team members participating actively and collectively in all the Scrum practices and events. This is a challenge for the teams themselves and for management, who finds it difficult to reconcile the need for predictable outcomes with the demand for greater freedom and autonomy. You would not be wrong in thinking that self-organization sounds great on paper, but it's not practical. In general, it's assumed that people need leaders. And because of this common conception about teams, implementation of self-organized teams can be a challenge for both teams and management. Traditional hierarchical structures for teamwork are baked into many organizations' processes. So moving away from these towards an agile Scrum organization can be a difficult transition. The Scrum Master is considered a servant leader by Scrum, and there's no corresponding role in traditional management, which can be a big shift in mindset, not just for the person chosen to be Scrum Master, but for everyone involved. It's critical to choose the right person to be Scrum Master, because putting the wrong person in the role can have serious consequences. It's also critical to prepare everyone to understand and accept this role and adjust their interactions with them as necessary. Leaders might also struggle with knowing how much freedom they should give to their developers, while also trying to balance the strategic needs of the company. Scrum teams may appreciate being trusted with autonomy, but can sometimes feel uncertain about how exactly to move forward without the presence of leadership. It might also be that leaders may be tempted not to follow all of the practices mandated by Scrum and then adopt a watered-down version of Scrum. Intensive and extensive exposure to the team about the benefits of following Scrum rules will help to remove uncertainty. It can be useful to identify people who might prove difficult to convince and then work on their specific areas of resistance to get their buy-in. This can make the transition to agile self-organizing teams bumpy, but it doesn't mean it isn't worth it. You just have to make sure to have the right facilitators and resources in place. When it comes to the decision-making process, individuals tend to make decisions more quickly than groups do. When the decision-making process is the responsibility of a group of people, it might become drawn out